Hey y'all, it's hot, but I got a couple of packages, so I said let's continue our conversation. I'm sorry about the light change. Let's continue our conversation about getting the materials, the tools and resources that you need after you plan out your stewardship and expansion plan for your garden. So come with me to the garden. Let me show you what the materials look like in bulk, because if you can do it that way, that's gonna be the best way to attack this monster. Okay, listen, before we get into the materials and things, look at my seedlings. Do we know what this is? If I'm not mistaken, these are the watermelons that my husband planted. And 1, 2, 3. Now, I was actually gonna buy some, but he planted them out for me. So we got like 12 of them, and then I planted some too. So I think we got like 15. Let's take a look at what's going on. And sorry if I'm looking away, it's just that I got the kids outside and I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is where they need to be. All right, so blackberries, they're berrying. Do you see it? Strawberries, they're doing okay. If I have it my way, I'll have the green stalks soon, and I'm gonna plant my strawberries up into that. This is mint. What kind of mint is this? Oh, I'm sorry. This is lemon balm. Dill, rosemary. I gotta water today. Cherries, tomatoes, and cucumbers. I'm gonna plant all this up, but this is me up potting it from the start container that it came in, which is why we need to get some other stuff done. What's that? I'm asking y'all. This is another strawberry. I want to say that's lemon, cucumber, and carrots. This is the only lemon cucumber that germinated, and then the rest is carrots and onions. And then this is a broccoli pepper bed. This is Swiss chard. This doesn't look much different from when I planted it. Everything else is growing up a little bit. And more tomatoes. I think that's, what's that? Summer squash. Jubilee melon. So I got a whole bunch of melons in here. More melons in here. One of these was flipped over. I think that's basil. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see who's calling me. It's my mans. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. My bad. Onions. What is this? I think this is a bean. Look, I got my first tomato, which I'm actually about to do something that Led taught me on one of his lives with these tomatoes. I'm about to make more tomatoes out of one tomato, and the same thing with these sweet potatoes. This regular sweet potatoes, and then he said you could do it with the eggplant, but I don't know if I want to keep growing eggplant because I don't know how to cook it good. Like, I just cooked some eggplant lasagna, and it wasn't hitting like that. But anyway, this is eggplant, okra bed. Let me see. So eggplant, okra, peppers. This is a tomato. eggplant, cucumber. Do y'all think I overpacked this? I'm starting to feel so insecure, to be honest with you. Same thing. This is what is this over here? This is a cucumber, and it's doing really good actually. I feel like before I cut these cucumbers, because you can do the same thing with cucumbers, I'm going to I'm gonna watch it again to see how he did his cucumbers. I think he cut it right here, because I think he said he don't want nothing on the sides, and then he stuck it in some dirt, but we're gonna go over that in a second. This is my lettuce bed, which is doing a lot better than I ever really thought. And I'm hand watering, y'all. Okay, tomatoes, potatoes, tomato, pepper, and then what's this? I just bought these bush beans. Okay, they still good. I think this is mescaline. I just kind of was gonna see what will happen if I cover my broccoli plants, because my broccoli plants was getting eaten up. But I'm just gonna let whatever happen. And you see, I put what's this called, grits in here, because I had ants. So that's what I do for my ant control solution. Broccoli ain't doing the best, if you ask me, right? It's not doing the best, but one thing about broccoli is I can grow it in the winter. I just really want to see what it was gonna do. Pull that up. Peppers, onions. Y'all watch me do this bed. So okay, cool. That's the garden update. And then also I covered half of this field. So here's what's on the agenda today based on the garden stewardship plan that I have, or goals that I have, is to cover the rest of this, because I've tilled this and hand tilled it twice, and this grass is growing fast. So I've got to try to get as much grass up and then cover it again. I finally got a shipment of resources in, which brings me to our conversation about why you should first plan and make your plan based on stewarding what you already have. Then you can create an expansion plan, but go ahead and upgrade what you already have and optimize what you already have. I had already had this in-ground garden, so the upgrade this year is to cover it and burn holes. First, we're going to start with the poly fabric, then we're going to go over it with the woven fabric. So this is the poly fabric that you can see through. Okay, we got babies crying. You ready for your nap, baby? You ready? You ready to go in? And then you got your woven fabric. So I'm gonna go over, this is gonna be the last layer for this whole garden space. I also bought wood to my yard man. He gonna tighten us up tomorrow, but the video couldn't wait. We're gonna go in and double border these single beds that you see, so that they're a little bit like that one. So we're gonna do that. And so that all of that is enhancing what I already have. And then my husband went and bought wood to create a identical bed like this in size, but it's gonna be twice higher. And then we're also gonna border around here so that it's higher to match this new big bed that we're about to create. So that goes into the expansion gold planting. You see the difference? Prayerfully, it makes sense, right? So when I made that plan, I was able to itemize what materials I needed to make it all happen, right? So you have your soil that I'm gonna use to fill up the beds that we're gonna heighten, to continue to start seeds, not only for late summer, but we're gonna go ahead and start seeds for the fall very soon in July. Y'all willing. We got the black mulch because one of my expansion goals is to tidy up the perimeter of the house, which I'll show you that if I remember in a second, and show you how that's a part of the stewardship goal and not expansion. We got black cow so we can mix it with the soil. You got the poly fabric that I'm gonna use for the first layer, and then I also do have the woven fabric as well, and then the different boards of wood. Now let's talk about, while I walk over here and show y'all this other space that eventually is going to be a gardening space as well, that we're stewarding over, right? So here's an issue I ran into. I price checked. I feel like I got a great deal on everything, but let's not yell. But one of the things that I ran into is shipment issues that didn't align with me going ahead and getting started. Like I said, those weeds are growing in my in-ground, so I really need to go ahead and cover it at least with the first layer. And so my landscape pins, and I'm looking for them as I'm talking. Okay, we're not doing that. My landscape pins was supposed to be here, but they weren't. So they're supposed to be here today, but the delivery driver got lost. And so I had to have my husband go out and buy some landscape pins, which means that increased my overhead. But what I'm gonna do is when they finally get here, the landscape pins, I'm going to return those, because he got 500 landscape pins for $50, and that's a lot of money to me. I got I think I got 300 for maybe 30. So I mean, I just couldn't stomach spending $50 on landscape pins, but he went ahead and bit the bullet. So we're gonna go with the big bulk and take the other ones home. Let me show you. Come on. This is the one that's acting up.
Let's go to bed.
So this is the parameter, okay?
Okay.
It looks a mess, but I haven't taken care of it since I laid it down last summer. So my son right now is working for an Xbox video game, and he's hand weeding, getting the weeds up, and then we're going to after he finished weeding, we're gonna remulch this, and then prayerfully next year we can get those well, I forgot what they call the metal raised beds, the different colors. I want yellow, blue, pink, wrapping this whole area, and I want them to be higher, on the higher side, like at least almost a little bit under the height of this window. And that's gonna do it for our garden for at least, you know, the next 3 years at minimum. And I'm gonna tell you why. Here's my woven fabric. It's in the box. It's pretty heavy. And for those of you who don't know, I am almost 8 months pregnant. If you see anything green, any weeds poking through, that means you're not done, baby. Okay, so I'm not going to be picking up nothing heavy. So anyway, that's what I'm using the black mulch for. I got all of the materials I need. So I spent my money up front, and say if I, you know, I'm done, like in terms of money, right? And I'll go and put in at the end of the video, pop in an excerpt of how much money I spent buying all these materials. But you wouldn't believe that I spent, oof, $3 to $5 a bag of soil. It wasn't bad. And I think this is like 15, 20 bags of soil. And I think it was less than that, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, say this was a lot, you know, say I'm maxed out budget-wise. Nope. You can't get that hammer, big boy. Go get your Cody cup. Where's that? Well, get you some gloves then, big boy. Let's go find it. Come on. It's in the kitchen. Okay, big boy. Anyway, say I'm maxed out. Sorry, the angle's weird. Hold on. Yes, Kamara. Can I record?
Yeah.
Okay, so say I'm maxed out with my budget, right? I've accomplished how many goals in stewarding over my garden and making it better until I can get another budget to do another project? You don't have to keep going. I'm gonna be able to have another bed, a full in-ground, functioning in-ground, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think that's 6 rows. 6 rows. You know what I'm saying? All of that's functional. All of that can be planted in. We don't have to keep thinking more projects. No, let's think, let's do a project, but then once we do the project, what are we going to do with what we have? Because I think some of us get locked in a phase of growth and not a phase of utilization. And so that's really why I'm preaching to the choir. So anyways, I'm done talking. I have a little over an hour. I don't know with these kids, honey. I don't know. But I'm gonna get this done. This is so important to me, and boy, I done so much to get out here, so I'm gonna do what I need to do. It's so important to me. It's gonna make me feel good. So let me get done. The child crying, the other one thirsty. I gotta go. Hell. All right. I got my receipts, and I have my Amazon app open. Oh, and I got one more thing. So I'm calculating so I can get y'all a grand total, so y'all can get a realistic view. I hope, you know, give me some feedback. Let me know if this simplified it for you. What really inspired me to kind of do this series, if you would, right? Because this is part 2. And we're gonna have a part 3 because you're gonna see the progression of me completing those projects that I set out. So let me see how much this cost. Let me know if it was helpful. But what inspired me, 103. All right, so let's round it up. 300 bucks. What inspired me to do this is that I would watch other people in their garden expanding, not knowing if things were sponsored, like, oh, you know, we got a new raised bed, like, did you buy that? You know, some people specify, a lot of people don't. Wondering how much it would cost to get me something like that. Wondering how they even know how to buy the right materials, how much of the materials to buy, just having questions, you know what I'm saying? And so it's real important for me to make sure that we share with y'all as much as we can, just in case y'all have the same questions. So for $300, let me see if I still have my list. I can rattle off what I bought. I can tell you now, woven fabric, 2 300-foot woven fabric. Let me just make sure I'm right. I can rattle it off if I can. Like, okay, sorry, 6 by 300 feet heavy duty woven weed barrier. I got 1.5 ounces of that. Wait, I'm lying. I got 3 ounces. Okay, so that was $103. That's going to cover my bed and more, I'm guesstimating. But that's the whole point of this being a series, so you can see if I'm guesstimating right, if this is gonna end up being more expensive, because I know that's a fear. But that's how much I spent for that. And then for the other fabric, it was about 60. So that's like half of everything. The fabric is what was so expensive, right? So that's about 160 on 2 different types of fabric for the in-ground bed. So worth it. The weeding is crazy, especially when you have crops in the ground. I don't have crops in the ground, so I can kind of go through it. And it sucks still. And I'm about to have a baby, so I don't have time to get out here and do it. My husband doesn't like doing stuff like that. He has so many things to do. I guarantee you he's not gonna prioritize weeding, okay? So that was 160 of the budget, and the rest was soil, other nutrients to make, you know, decent, you know, potting and bed soil, the wood. I bought a torch to burn holes in my woven fabric, the landscaping pins. I bought some, I still got 1.5 of these left for this shelf. I upgraded this shelf because it was rusted. I just spray painted it my theme color for my garden. Exercise ring closed. Mulch, black mulch. Yeah, I feel like I'm missing out on some stuff, but you get the gist of it. Like, you don't have to know every little thing. I'm killing ants on my leg. You just need to get the gist of it. The gist of it is, that's about how much it cost. If you don't have $300 to just spend all at once, do you have 50? Do you have 150? Because you can still do it. It's just how you do it. You know, I went ahead first of the month, budgeted out everything, paid for what I need to pay for. And if I need something else, I gotta wait the next month, right? And even if I wait till next month, I'm really gonna be looking at a limit at that point, because it's like, how much do I want to spend before I make some yield, which is crops. Some of the yield and the savings that you make in investing in a garden is intangible, because you're getting ultimate health, you're getting ultimate lifestyle when you are putting whole foods in your body that don't have any pesticides. Granted that you don't put any pesticides on your food and stuff like that. You're getting peace of mind, you're getting the experience, you're getting a workout. Those things are intangible, and we can't put a price or a dollar amount on them, a value amount on them, right? So however, we can put a value amount on how much peppers I yield, how many onions I yield, how many times I got to go to the store to buy something that I've grown, a failed crop, you know. And there are going to be some, you know, things that happen that isn't what we expected and isn't necessarily in our favor, because everything isn't perfect. But is it worth it? Because you definitely are gonna have to weigh that out. And I'm hoping that, you know, this video is going to really create a space for you to do that. Before the rest of it is me working and showing you the end, because I just need to get this in-ground done. Like, I was gonna do all this stuff. I'm gonna show you something that I learned from Lead Farmer 73. I'm gonna get 3 cups. No, yeah, I'm gonna get 3 cups. And we're gonna do it on camera. If I do it wrong, I'm blaming y'all. I'm gonna start over here. Lead Farmer talked about how, sorry, I'm adjusting the camera. How you could turn 1 into 2. 1 crop into 2, or 1 start into 2. And so I don't know if y'all can see what I'm about to do. Think you can? Yeah, you can. So here's the main vine, and then we have like some stuff on the side. I am about to cut this off, which, let's see if I'm gonna cut this piece off here and put it in soil. I don't know if I did that right, but we're gonna see, because we're gonna see if it stays alive. And I'm gonna see if I can find a space on another plant that's not a tomato, or maybe I'll do another one. Let me see. I'm kind of focusing, so I'm a little, I don't want to be, but he was talking about, you know, you utilize this for pruning as well. Like if you don't want your plants to grow too tall, which I don't. I low-key want to cut like right here, but I don't think that's a smart thing to do, so I'm not going to. Keep in mind, I don't necessarily know what I'm doing. I'm just doing something based off of what I learned from Lead Farmer. I see it's a little fruit right here. I think I'm gonna get this bottom one. Y'all can't see that though. I think I'm gonna snip this right here of this eggplant and see if I can. I think it's called propagate or something like that. No, I'm not gonna put that. Let me see. That's a tomato. I don't know. We just gonna see. Y'all gonna see. I don't know. I think I gotta let that mature more. I'm gonna let that mature more. Let's go and see. He said you can do this with eggplant, you can do this with tomatoes, you can do it with peppers. What you're looking for is growth off of, let me see, can you see? Growth off of the main stem that's not the main stem, that you can then throw in some soil and grow. So this looks like a really good candidate, right? Because you got a lot going on right here. This right here, I gotta get some scissors, but I'm about to take this off right here and then prop it in some water. I don't know what this is though. I think that's a bean. I think that's a bean. What's this? Is that a pepper? Oh, it say banana pepper. I'm gonna put that in some soil and we'll see if I did it right. If I did it wrong, y'all gonna see me do it right eventually. All right, so I really want to do this one here because this one is the one that's fruiting and I want maximum production. So the fruit is on this line right here, so I'm gonna cut right here. Yeah, I think that's the best one. I'm gonna cut right here and get this whole situation. I don't know if y'all can see it. I'm sorry if you cannot. Sorry, I'm trying to get a good camera angle. I don't know. Oh yeah, y'all can see a little bit. So I think that's gonna be good, even though it had some little fruit on it. I'm gonna stick that in some water. This is gonna be a tomato. I don't know about the other snips I did. That probably was just pruning, but that right there is gonna be a tomato. I'm gonna do this one too. Put this in some water. So this is how you turn one tomato into several. I low-key, high-key want to do this, but I'm not. I'm gonna do that one. So I'm gonna soil all these up. He said put them in a shaded area. And he said put them in a shaded area, and make sure they're well watered, and then they're gonna start to become healthy. So if this works out, this is another way to maximize your yield, okay? And this is another way to make sense of the investment, right? Because don't know if y'all watched that live where I shared how much money. Let me see what y'all looking at. Okay, this is soil, peat moss. Well, this is soil that already has fertilizer in it. Peat moss, a little bit of black cow, and it's something else, whatever this white stuff is. Listen folks, I don't know, I hate that I'm putting my hand in it, but I would do it off camera and would. Okay, so come on over to my office, show you what I'm gonna do. I got this old pan thing here. This gonna be my filling cup. Where's my other cups at? I don't know where I put my other cups, but no, let me fix this camera. Okay. I'm gonna fill this cup up a little bit to give me some ground. Make a little hole to put my stem. I'm gonna put my best one in here first. I'm gonna do all of them. Y'all see? And I'm gonna fill dirt around it so it stands up on its own. Yeah. And then I'm gonna water it in. And this is what I learned from Lead Farmer 73. And then I'm gonna put it in this. And you see? So that when I water it, the water floats at the bottom, and so it's gonna stay moist as much as possible. And then on this shelf is my most shaded area due to the trees, so I'll probably put on the second rack and we'll see. The third rack I got collards, Georgia collards. They're doing pretty good. Waiting to get transplanted into this once I freaking finish it. So anyway, I'm gonna do this to the clippings that I got from the rest of these tomatoes, the peppers, I think I got 1 pepper. Did it fall out? Tomato clipping. This might do something. I'm gonna throw this away. I don't think this gonna do nothing. But these 2 might do something. I thought I clipped some other stuff, but I can't find it. I guess it fell out of my cup. I don't know. But I didn't feel confident about those anyway. So it don't matter. Anyway, y'all about to go on time lapse. I gotta get work done. Y'all distracted me. Shout out to Wear the Promise. My girl Dorita designed this shirt. WearThePromise.com. You should check it out. Kingdompreneur apparel. Love it. Or how about Kingdom People apparel? How about that? And that's all she wrote, folks. Let's see if I did it right. I'll keep y'all updated on that. Go ahead and water these as well. And then we're gonna get started. Oh, by the way, these seeds came from a $15 watermelon that my husband bought, and he thought $15 was ridiculous. I had him go all the way close to out of town, pretty much where the highway is, going out of town to go get that watermelon. You know how pregnant women are. They're demanding. You know what I'm saying? They always asking for stuff. And honey, it's got to be specific, or don't get it at all, because we know we got a taste for it. But my lovely husband did it anyway. He complained a little bit, but in his complaining, he did something about it. And I ain't got nothing but respect for that man. So I appreciate him for purchasing the watermelon and then planting them and creating seedlings. And like a good wife, I'm going to nurture nurture them seedlings and make sure that we double up on that money. So we appreciate that there. We appreciate it. Sure do. Sure do appreciate it. All right. Okay. Let me pause my Hezekiah. All right. My camera finna go dead. I gotta pin that down, but step one. Step two is to layer this type of fabric over this whole area. All right, hold on. I know the angle ain't the best. Hold on. Pause my Hezekiah. All right, so that's how it's done. Here's something I learned. I got a whole roll that's unopened and a receipt. So, and I have enough to put under this square bed because I am gonna put some of this fabric, lay that down, then build cardboard, greens, dirt, wood, shaving, stuff like that, greens, layer it, and then do my soil. So I have enough to do that. So I could take this fabric back and get like $30 back, and I probably am, because it's better to have $30 in my bank account than fabric that I'm not about to use right now. So anyway, this is part 2. Y'all name the series before I do, if I haven't done it already by the time this come out. This is one of the steps on my action plan. Also, I think it's called propagating. Propagated a couple of plants and put to use what I learned quickly. When you learn something, learn about it, execute. Learn, do better. Learn about it, execute. So with that being said, you should be shamed if you can't get out there and throw some soil in some pots and grow your own food, knowing the times that we living in, and knowing that I'm doing July and I'm doing it. Shame on you. You're lazy. You done. I kid, I play. Kinda, not really. All right, so I'm about to end my time. Let me see, y'all gonna be able to see me. With watering my plants that are outside this fence. I do have irrigation on my action plan, but that is not the steward, and it yes, the stewardship plan. That's the expansion plan. So I have to steward over what I have first, and then I'll be ready to take a look at what I'm gonna do to irrigate. And it takes a lot of patience, but that's the fruit of the spirit, right? Right? So I'm enduring in that and just being grateful still, because some people don't have a garden at all. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be grateful. But I will say, Faith Family Homestead and our Freedom Song, 2 of my favorite channels other than Homestead Heart, Lead Farmer 73. Oh, and god dang it, Barbara from somebody dropped her channel in the comments. Something Journey. I can't think of it right now, but that's my girl. But I just got on her. But anyway, I started name dropping. But these are the people that I'm watching that motivate me to get out here. I pray that the good Lord water these banana trees, because baby, I ain't doing it. Tell you that right now. I got all kind of watermelon seeds. This one doing all right. And then I put onions in there to deter pests. I'm gonna up pot them, but I just put them, I don't know, I just get bright ideas and do stuff. This is a part of the perimeter garden that DJ supposed to be watering. Weeding, so that I can remulch, because you're supposed to, I know it need more water than that, but they doing good with not a lot of care. They're multiplying, just watering the roots. I'll tell y'all what these is when my husband tell me. He got it from a buddy in the military. I know one of these is a papaya tree. But anyway, that's who I'm motivated by. But also, specifically Faith Family Homestead and our Freedom Song, they just dropped some irrigation videos. So I'm actually gonna be watching those this weekend. But what I really wanna do is get a big old drum and collect rainwater, buy a solar powered electric situation, and connect it to my drum. Hold on, I'll pull y'all up while I close this gate. Connect it to my, so okay, sorry, I got distracted. So you have the big water rain catcher, a solar powered source, and then LED Farmer 73 had this little hose thing, which I've been talking about this, but I'm gonna keep talking about it, that you can throw in the water source, and then it starts, once it's hooked up to something, it will give you water. I'm sure that was a mess. Anyway, the whole point is I want it to be solar charged. I want my irrigation to be solar charged, which is going to require some savviness, and most likely 2 separate water systems, one for the perimeter garden, which is non-existent this year, right? Because I'm gonna move these over. Look how good my vines are doing, my grapevines, blueberries. And some of these are from seed, by the way, and some of them I snipped a piece of my grandma's vines. Chocolate mint, aloe ain't doing good, but I'm gonna move all that stuff that's over there. But anyway, for now, I'm gonna just focus on the garden over there. The yard guy's coming. I just interviewed a yard guy, so we're gonna get this overgrown grass underway. You see how this stuff costs money, and then we got kids and food and 2 cars and God knows how many animals, and like, you know what I'm saying? Dang, I forgot to water my citronella. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm about to go juice. I'm so excited. I'm so tired. I'm a juice sitting down. Okay? I'm about to go juice and enjoy my Shabbat. Thank y'all so much for watching. I just pray that this blessed you, that you learned something, gave you a little bit of joy. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you want to see next. I don't know if I'm gonna record myself doing the second layer, but I certainly probably will record myself burning the holes in the woven weed fabric, so that we can continue along on this journey from planning all the way to fully executing. We're gonna do this together. Okay, bye y'all.
Bombs over Baghdad really ain't that bad. Little wiretap, yes, yes. Little dodge in the IRS. Little haven from the taxman.